Hello guys, my name is James Contrast and I got some breaking news for you. Coming up. It finally happened guys. Apple just released a new iPad Pro, and in this video I'm gonna share my thoughts on it and whether I think you should upgrade or not. Make sure to stay to the end of the video to find out about a new exciting accessory also being released by Apple. Now before we get started, I just want to remind you that those will be just my personal thoughts on it, and I would highly be interested in your thoughts, and I would love to start a conversation down in the comments. So let's get started. So first and foremost, the new iPad Pro will be available in both 11-inch and 12.9-inch version. It will start from $799 US and will be available starting at 25th of March. Now the new iPad Pro will have the same liquid retina display as the prior model with 120 Hz ProMotion and 600 nits of brightness. We will have a new camera system with a new 10 megapixel ultra wide camera and a 12 megapixel wide camera lens, which could be useful for something like the double take app from Filmic. We got studio quality mics and 4-speaker audio system. Another new feature is the so-called LiDAR scanner, which stands for light detection and ranging, and is used to determine the distance by measuring how long it takes light to reach an object and reflect back. So basically this is the new system to enhance the experience of augmented reality. I think it still needs some time to really develop some pro level apps, but of course this will be future proof. Alright, let's move on to the next point here, which is the processor, the A12C Bionic, alongside an 8-core graphics processor system, which could be very useful for 3D design and also 4K video editing. Now in my mind, the 2018 model was and still is a power horse, and as I do a lot of heavy photo editing and video editing, I think this model is just fine for those purposes. Moving on, with the release of the new iPadOS 13.4, which is going to be released on March 24, it is now possible to use trackpads or magic mouses with your iPad Pro, which is very interesting. And also they included a new system called contextual, so it transforms into the tool you need depending on the content you're pointing to, like buttons, app icons and text. So it should be perfect for things like spreadsheets and also video editing. So when looking at that point, I'm highly excited and looking forward to the new release of iPadOS 13.4, because I want to have a better mouse support, and I think the new system with the smaller cursor and the support of trackpad will really move the iPad Pro experience forward. Now looking at the iPad Pro itself, I don't see myself upgrading to it because I still have enough hardware power to manage all my tasks and to do all my heavy workflow like photo and video editing, as I mentioned before. And I personally don't need a 2-camera setup, as I record everything with the GoPro now or with a DSLR camera. But I see people using that, of course. And when it comes to the LiDAR system or the augmented reality in general, I don't see myself using that in the near future. So another point which speaks against buying the new one for myself. But there's still one thing to talk about left, and that's the real game changer here, in my opinion, which is the new floating Magic Keyboard. Now the Magic Keyboard for the iPad Pro features a USB-C port for pass-through charging, so you can use the actual USB-C port on your iPad Pro for external device, for example. The Magic Keyboard has a floating design, allowing you to attach the iPad Pro magnetically and smoothly adjust it to the perfect viewing angle. It also has a full-size backlit keys and a scissor mechanism that we know from the new 16-inch MacBook Pro. And with the all-new included trackpad, it is designed for multi-touch gestures and the cursor in the new iPadOS 13.4. Absolutely stunning piece of tech, I think. The only downside is the starting price, which is $299 US for the 11-inch version and $349 for the 12.9-inch version. But still, I'm highly considering buying the new Magic Keyboard, as I think it really will enhance my workflow with the iPad Pro, especially when I'm working on the road. Summing up, I most likely will not upgrade to the new one because the new camera system and the LiDAR system and the slightly upgraded processor is not enough for me to justify another $800 or $1,000. And I think I will wait for the next version, which may come out at the end of the year or in 1 year's time, and maybe will have the OLED screen and will have a better processor, of course. But on the other hand, if you are upgrading from the very first version of the iPad Pro, I will highly recommend buying the new one because of all the feature-packed system, and especially now as it is featured with a minimum of 128 gigabytes of storage. Well guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I would highly be interested in your opinion on the new iPad Pro, and I would love to start a conversation in the comments below. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I shall see you guys in the next video.